Thank you, Justin. Justin knows how much I love talking about the products. The only problem is you have to rein me in sometimes. So much fun. Just had a blast reading the chats that are coming in. I agree, the pricing of the new systems that will launch in January, absolutely perfect. And the sample set, this is like a solution for everyone during the holidays and such a perfect preparatory for the launch in January. I mean, what a better timing than to get all of your new customers falling in love with this sample products during the holidays, ready to purchase the full-size products in January. So we are super excited for the offerings that are coming up here. But I do want to tell you about some details. Let's move to the first slide about these products and about these new sets that we have designed for you. So the thing that you need to know here is that these sets are very benefit driven. And before I tell you a little bit more about that concept, let me back up and tell you a little bit about Nutricentials in general. You've already heard, we've done 2 or 3 calls now where we've talked in depth about the bioadapted botanicals, how that is cutting edge science for skincare. We're some of the first to the market, about the blue light technology and UV rays and the importance of protecting pollution and clean ingredients and sustainable packaging, and all of these topics we really told you a lot about. But now we want to dig more into the who should be using what products and how you should be recommending those products. And that's what this topic of benefit driven, this concept means. When we say benefit driven, we're saying that the studies have shown people now currently don't want to be boxed in or categorized or labeled. They want to be free. They don't want to be put in, described by one word. And so they don't necessarily want to say, oh, dry skin, that's me. They want to say, well, you know, in the daytime, I might like a little bit lighter moisturizer, but in the nighttime, I want a texture that's a little thicker, creamier, richer. And I like this toner here for these benefits and that serum here for these. They don't want to be locked into a regimen. And so we've tried to keep some of that freedom and some of that flow here. And so instead of saying, oh, we've got a dry skin regimen, etc., we're being more descriptive with the benefits of the products, which is what is resonating on all the customer surveys. This is what's resonating. And so this first system is really hydration focused. It is textures that are a little richer and more moisturizing, with benefits and ingredients that can deliver more to the skin, not just for dry skin types, but for many different skin types, that just like the freedom of those richer textures, they want still pore tightening benefits with their toners, and they want ethnobotanicals, and not to mention the bioadaptive botanicals as well, that you're going to get with the Celltrex Always Right. By the way, a little sidetrack note here, Celltrex Always Right is one of the highest levels of those botanical ingredients of all of the products in the Nutricentials line. Very appropriate for a serum, but that serum is just the right texture that you can never categorize this serum to one skin type. It is a texture that can work for any skin type with those benefits that really appeal to everyone. Best of science, best of nature. We've got the bioadaptive botanicals. We've got the very natural extracts from flowers and other ingredients in there. And the Daydream Protective Cream that gives you that SPF protection, but also hydrates as you're going through the day out in the sun, exposed to the wind, where you need to really boost up your skin before you're getting exposed to that. And then the Nice Moisturize Me to help the skin recover as you're sleeping. So this first system is all about hydration and rich, decadent textures that are in the product. Let's move to the next system. The next system is all about clear skin and balanced skin. You're not at either extreme. You just want to have a really nice balanced skin. These individuals are going to have a cleanser that is working to remove a little bit more from the skin. So if you have some excess oils, or you have too much pollution or dirt or things that you're worried about with your skin, this is going to balance out. The Here You Glow Exfoliating Toner I'm starting to get people raving about this toner. It is packed with high levels of hydroxy acids and polyhydroxy acids. Those are ingredients that are amazing anti-aging ingredients. In fact, I saw someone ask the question earlier, is this an anti-aging line or not? Is it age lock or not? This line doesn't have age lock ingredients, but absolutely has some anti-aging ingredients that are great prevention to stop the signs of aging in the future. So you're getting that with those alpha hydroxy acids and polyhydroxy acids, as well as some other ingredients that are in there that are just really long-term going to give some of those benefits with fine lines and wrinkles and skin tone and tightness of the pores. And then, of course, the Celtrix Always Right that is in there. And your day moisturizer with the SPF. And then the Thirst Fix, just like Justin was saying, this is clearly surfacing as one of the most popular products so far in the Nutricentials line. There's a couple others that we're starting to get some raving reviews about. I'll talk about one on the next slide. But the Thirst Fix is just this beautiful, light yet moisturizing texture that is resonating. People are falling in love with it very quickly. So yes, go ahead to the next slide. The last system here we put together is our Calm and Gentle system. This system is designed to help people who tend to react easily to products, or their skin gets red easy or irritated. They'll use a product and have problems with it. This is a system that is going to be very gentle and calming. In fact, the first cleanser, the Day Away Micellar Beauty Water, is so gentle. It can be used as a secondary cleanser before or after your primary cleanser, actually. A lot of spas or salons, when you go in for a facial, they will cleanse 2 to 3 times your skin. And the first cleansing is designed to get rid of the worst of the makeup and product that might be on your skin. The second cleansing process really is getting what was missed the first time around. Micellar Beauty Water is a lighter cleanser that's not going to strip away as many of the natural oils from your skin. It has less of the surfactants, which are the cleansing ingredients in there that can strip the skin and be a little too irritating for sensitive skin types. So it's just this beautiful cleanser, can be used with another primary cleanser or just by itself for these sensitive skin types. Also great for if you don't have a lot of makeup on or anything like that day and you just need a light, gentle cleansing, perfect solution. So you can see, any of these products, you can't pigeonhole them to just one skin type. A dry skin type could easily use that product, an oily skin type, a sensitive skin type. We put it in the sensitive regimen because it's so gentle, but you can see how these products are so benefit driven that people can have the freedom to personalize for what's right to them. But to make it easier as a starting place, that's why we've created these 3 groupings. So the second product in there is the Spa Day Creamy Hydrating Mask, a very rich mask that is just going to dose the skin with moisture. That's so critical for sensitive skin types. It's a lack of moisture that can often trigger a reaction to products or the environment. And so really intensely hydrating is critical for a sensitive skin type. The Imbalanced pH Balance Toner, critical that you're re-establishing the pH level. Even water has a different pH to your skin. So after cleansing, you need to restore that more than any other skin type. For a sensitive skin type, you got to get that pH level back to normal. Once it's back to normal, every product you use after will be more effective, regardless of if you have dry skin, oily skin, sensitive skin. So note to everybody who's not convinced that they need a toner, your toner is going to make all the products used after so much more effective. Okay, so after that, Celtrix Always Right. Of course, this is a product I love recommending to sensitive skin types because it is so packed with those botanical extracts in there that are so calming and soothing. And really the bioadaptive botanicals, that is all about This is a set of science and technology we've covered before, but let me hit it really lightly here. This is all about flowers or plants that have survived extremes, a year without water, living on the side of cliffs, being sprayed by the ocean and freezing temperatures, at the subalpine level where other plants can't grow that high in altitude, in soils that are completely polluted, yet they have the ability to thrive in spite of that pollution. It's all of these, it's taking these plants that can survive these extremes that the nature throws at it, and they can not only live but thrive in that environment. And so it's taking that technology and adopting that into skincare to help your skin be able to have those same benefits, which is so critical for a sensitive skin type. So Cell Check's always right there. And then Do All Day, your Moisture Store Cream, to make sure that we're finishing off by properly hydrating and balancing the skin. You might have one question here, why not an SPF? The only reason we haven't included an SPF here, and you could certainly, that's a great add-on that you could include with this regimen should you choose, but we do have, with sensitive skin types, they are much more likely, as sad as it is, to react to sunscreens. Any sunscreen ingredients are much higher on the index of irritations that can happen to skin. And so we've left that as an option for people to add on if they're able to tolerate sunscreen and not have the reactions to those. So there you have it, 3 simple regimens, all priced at that beautiful $99 member price point, which really is going to hit all demographics. This Nutricentials, these 3 regimens are your starting point. This is where you start, people. It's your safety net. It is where you can't go wrong, and then you let them explore. Once they've fallen in love with these products, then they go exploring and trying new ones and discovering all the hidden gems we've got here at Nu Skin. So let me just, one more slide here. And then I have a special guest that I want to introduce. So we've had people asking about resources, and a lot of people aren't aware of how much we've had on our website for the last couple of months. So I just wanted to remind everyone that if you go to our website, you're going to see beautiful model photography, you're going to see product photography. Don't forget to go to SmugMug, go to our YouTube site where in YouTube we share a lot of our videos. In SmugMug we share a lot of our assets, like the pictures that you can use to create your own or repost yourself. And then as well, we've created a card for the preview that is coming up. Justin at the end here is going to review those dates with you, but in that preview you get the big kit, which is the $2.99 kit with all 14 products, because during a preview you need to learn the products, you need to know them, try every single one so that you're better at recommending them. You have your own personal experience for the future. And to help you, we've included a new printed piece in there that walks through each of the products, and just kind of, there's like a decision tree that you can, oh, if I want this type of product I could go here, and it just walks you through all of that. And on the flip side, it also walks you through these 3 simple regimens, if that's an easier way for you to recommend products. So a lot of resources that you don't want to miss out on our website that are available. Okay, now I have the pleasure of introducing one of our most successful team elites. She has accomplished just about everything you can accomplish in this company. And she always has words of wisdom about how to effectively build a business, how to succeed, what obstacles to avoid. And so without further ado, let me recommend the amazing Laura Call. Thanks, Laura.
Hi, Anganel and everybody. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Laura, before I dive into a couple questions, you want to give a little bit of your background for people who may not know you as well yet?
Sure. So I have been with Nu Skin now for, oh my gosh, over 32 years. I like to pretend that I started when I was like 4 or 5, because that fact in and of itself ages me. But it's okay, I have Nu Skin. But I started in the company, right after graduating from college, started full time, and really developed my love for this company initially through the products, because I started as a product consumer actually, and have just enjoyed these past 32 years building a business throughout the different phases of my life, you know, in my 20s as a single woman, and then a young married couple, and then through all of raising my kids, always around my new skin business. Love the flexibility that it offers. And, you know, yeah, Team Elite, I'm looking at my notes here, 31-year Team Elite. So a lot of fun stories over the past 4 decades, actually.
4 decades young. You wear those new skin products very well. You are a good model for the company.
Thank you.
So, Laura, you as a Team Elite actually got to participate in the very first preview for our Team Elites a month ago. And so having kind of a head start and using those Nutricentials products, first tell us your reaction to the products, what you're loving, maybe 1 or 2 of your favorites so far, and then tell us how you're using Nutricentials to prepare for the next phase, our Ruby preview.
Yep. So, well, first of all, the box came and it was like holiday time, right? Because there was a lot of products. That was an amazing for the $2.99 kind of preview package with all of those products. It was like a huge celebration. And I initially wanted to play around with the products I love how you just itemized the 3 different kind of categories, but what I wanted to do was experience them for myself and kind of see what I would have chosen. And it was interesting because I'm obsessed. This is my number 1, the exfoliant scrub, obsessed with it. There are some days that I want to use it, and you'll probably yell at me multiple times because I love it. And every time I use this, people say your skin has like such a beautiful sheen to it. Like and I love all of the very gentle scents, and probably the ethnobotanicals, I don't know, amazing. But I went through and discovered my own favorites, but I actually discovered that I did fall into one of your systems, funny enough. So that really worked. But I mean, the Here You Glow, love. Do All Day. I love the names of them. Moisture Me. Like, I mean, whoever came up with the names, you guys get A++. Super creative, and I don't know, just very current feeling. And the packaging, beautiful. Love it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I agree. I love the names. They're so much more benefit driven. You know,
exactly.
Moisture.
You kind of, you get the feeling of what they do. And I know you asked me like what we're doing to prepare for it. So when you have an experience, like I know that everyone that I know that has received these products so far, the first reaction was like, oh my gosh, when can we get these? When can we get, you know, more of these products in the hands of our customers? And obviously building a regimen, especially because now we have so many LumiSpa customers, and now building out like their daily regimen with this is going to be perfect. But what we're doing right now is really using it also as an incentive to say to people, because we were excited about the Ruby promotion because the first group of people to get it are the Rubies. And then as Rubies, we also know that anyone who's going to be a brand rep by the end of September is going to be able to experience the next kind of opportunity to buy. So we're also really using it as a way to say to people, this is a great opportunity for you to become a brand rep. And then as Rubies, like come September 10th, to have access to 10 codes and be super selective with who you give these 10 codes to, or these 10 opportunities for people to buy. Because what you really want is you want all of your leaders, or as many of your leaders as possible, experiencing the products, because the sooner they start using them and experiencing them, the more they're able to share it and even tease it a bit with their own customers and their own affiliates, whether it be in Zooms like this or in their stories. And people always want, I think, what they can have, like, oh my gosh, when can I get my hands on that? And using the anticipation to create that excitement. And I'm absolutely flipping out about the sample sets. Like, that is, I know you guys worked really hard on that, but the price points and the visual display and 6 products, so we can buy a 25 and sell a 35, is a slam dunk. Like, amazing.
I agree. I have been ecstatic. I've been like a little kid in the office, so excited about these Nutricentials sample sets. They're just perfect for the holidays and the perfect way to introduce somebody to our products right before we're launching them.
Yeah.
So.
And it's so important, Anganel, and we know this, which is why I love the way the company is doing this, where you had a Team Elite preview, because you needed the Team Elites to be excited and knowledgeable about it so that we could then get our rubies. So right now, anyone who's ruby and above, obviously, not only are you getting ready for your own purchase, but to have access to the 10 codes, now is a good time to be thinking about who are you going to prioritize those 10 codes with. Is it codes, Anganel? Is that the right?
No, it's
codes.
close. It's not codes. It's just 10 units that you have available to you.
10 units.
So you're fine.
Right. So thinking about who those 10 people are, and maybe even using it as a bit of an incentive for people. Let's just say you have you know how many you have, and you kind of know where people are in your organization, to say, hey, if you can get to this level, or I'm sharing my 10 units with my 10 top leaders, giving people an incentive, quite frankly, to work, to have the ability to then be able to buy it and use it, because we all know the sooner you're using it and experiencing it, and that's what we've discovered, just with our last, all of our growth, even on social media, is that it's all about the authentic use of something, and that if you can use something and share the benefits, and people notice a difference with your skin, and you're like, oh my gosh, even just sharing the names get people excited about it. And then, that combination of early access is a huge benefit to anyone's business. So I am really encouraging everyone to become a brand rep, especially people who are just starting now. They could be a brand rep by the end of September, and then they'll have access to 10 codes. And I was a little nervous about this, but I realized now that the Team Elites that we originally got our system, we don't have to be so stingy about using it, because we can buy more, again, which is a great plus. So we get to buy more for the Ruby Plus, and then all of the rubies, as you disperse your opportunities for your units, don't be hoggish about it, because you too can buy more in October 27th. So I love the way you organize that.
I'm so glad you hit that, because that is important.
Yes.
That everyone is, above the Ruby title is going to get to participate. And again, at the brand representative preview, everyone above that title will get to participate.
Right. And so we can keep using these opportunities to share our limited inventory with people who really are going to be able to expose it to that many more customers. So I know I'm looking for who on my team has as many, the mass approach to as many customers as possible, because that's who I really want to get their hands on this product.
Yeah, I love how you're maximizing this time. You said that people want what they can't get. So it's a unique time to be prepping and creating that energy and getting people, your key players, in love with the product and positioned for the launch so that you can hit the ground running. Love that. I just checked in to look at some of the questions that are coming in, and the most common one that I'm seeing is people asking about LumiSpa, paired with Nutricentials. And LumaSpa is like, there's no better way to start your Nutricentials regimen than start with LumaSpa. LumaSpa is going to help exfoliate the upper layers of skin so they're smooth and soft. When you're getting rid of dead, flat layers of skin cells, you're exposing fresher new layers that are better able to then absorb the product and use it. So it's a good combination to start with LumaSpa and then continue Essentials. Do you have any words of wisdom to add there, Laura?
Just that I've been doing that without even realizing. I mean, I've been using still my Lumi, and then something, I know this sounds funny, but like even in my recruiting phase, I'm a big believer in having a power line and learning. If you know a few words more, it could even literally be one word like bioadaptive or ethnobotanicals or just some of these couple of examples, and you are now knowledgeable about our products and you're able to throw in those words and those examples you used with you know, these plants being able to survive even in the harshest elements. That sounds so like, oh my God, I want that product, because the stories of how you shared, you know, these certain plants being able to survive, people will want to buy based on those stories, I think, and obviously what it does to your skin. But hands down, you can go from Lumi to cleansing, and then I love what you said about the toners. I've noticed that I've been guilty of not always being so strong on toners, but once I started adding that into my regimen, I noticed that everything does work better. So I'm doing it all, and I feel like my skin has never been better. So I'm very happy.
Gorgeous, beautiful skin. Okay, you've shared so many good tips today. Maybe let's round this off with, we've got a Ruby preview coming up in October, and
Right.
I think our Ruby preview coming up in September. I think you covered really well how to prepare for that. I don't want to forget the brand representative preview in October, the end of October.
Right.
What's the last tips you would share for how to prepare for that last preview?
Well, I think the key is everyone needs to be focused on getting, not only if, I mean, obviously everyone who's watching this now is a Ruby and above, but helping as many people on your team become a brand rep so that they can participate and they can have access to 10 codes. So that's, to me, that's really what, you know, what we're doing is we're trying to increase the amount of leaders we have on our team so that they can now increase the amount of access they have to the systems. And again, it all comes down to sharing the benefits. So the more people we have using the products, becoming knowledgeable, you know, accessing all the assets that Nu Skin's put together and these trainings, which by the way, I think this is like one of the best launches, not one of, I'm going to go back and say the best launch in terms of like quality of information and getting it out there and really introducing it in this layer format so that we are knowledgeable. So I do think we should all be really using this as an incentive. And we know the biggest incentive. Why do you want to become a brand rep? Because you can start to accumulate points for Punta Cana. And now we have the ability to add on, and you have access to pre-buy and preview Lumicentials so that, you know, Nutricentials, so that you have early access to using it and experiencing it and really learning the products authentically so that you can expose your entire customer base. And we're doing such a good job. I love how Justin said we're all, you know, more customer obsessed than ever before, and it's really true. And now we have something so beautiful to add on to all of our customers.
So perfect, Laura. It is no wonder you're as successful as you are. Just listening to you talk, it's so simple. The vision is so clear. Any last thoughts you want to share?
I don't know, just that we're in a really unique time right now. I mean, I obviously always combine the beautiful benefits of our products with what we offer from a business standpoint. And right now, I feel like everyone is so open to having a conversation, to have this, I know this is about the products, but to be able to offer a flexible side gig for someone to be able to do from home, around their family, around their kids, around their own schedule, maybe around their other work schedule, and to truly like be part of a culture and a community that gives back and makes a difference in our lives. It's such a gift. So I think that is the more consistent we all are being out there and sharing our love for these products, the more customers you have right now, and I don't care on what product it is, this is just becomes another layer of something new that you can introduce them to. So I just think like right now, we just need to be out there and sharing our love for the opportunity and the products, and letting all of our customers know something new and exciting is coming, and almost like get into this like taking pre-orders, or you know, and then of course when we have the sample sets, I mean those are going to go nuts. Like everybody needs to get that. It's also, yeah, it's also going to be a great like value add, like, you know, maybe purchase this and get that. I don't know, there's so many ideas I have for that, but I know we have to wait a little.
I love it, Laura. Thank you so much. And I love how you tied that we have something special to share. And by getting out there, you're sharing a gift for other people. And
True.
so thank you so much for sharing that. The momentum, the energy right now, you tapped into it perfectly. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
So we want to make sure that all of you on this call right now, or everyone who is going to be listening to the recording after, is also prepared to understand, how do I use these 10 units that are going to be made available? How do I share them before the actual start of the preview? So we have invited the director of our technology here for North America to walk through this process and how everything's going to work. So let me introduce to you Jen Bagby, Director of Digital Marketing.
Yep. Thank you, Anganel. Yes, I'm super excited to talk about this tool that we've been using. We use this for our Team Elite preview. We've been using this in multiple markets, and it's been a really great tool that we've had for you to have this ability to share these units to those that you want, that Laura was talking about, that you really want to share in these builders that are in your areas. Next slide, Eric. So very simply put, once these units are available to you, our rubies, once you log in to newskin.com, you will see this exclusive preview pop up right when you log in. You can dismiss that, and if you do choose to dismiss it, it will always persistently be at the top. So you can always know where to access these units that have been given to you. We're planning on the sharing window. We call it the sharing window, that will be available on about a week before, so September 3rd. I look for more information on that, but based on your ID number, you will be given access to these units. So you'll log into newskin.com, you're gonna see this pop-up of, you know, the exclusive product is available, and then if you dismiss that, it'll go ahead and be on as persistently in the header. Next slide. So once you click on that, sorry, my screen just went a little weird. You can share these products. So you will see how many you have to purchase. This, of course, is just an example. We have here that are 5 to purchase. You can share these products and manage the access that you're given to products. So you can share those in your group. So you go ahead and click on Manage My Product Access, and then click on Share Access. Next screen. And then searching for who is in your G6 that you can share this to. So you will search by name or ID number, and then go ahead and share how many units you would like to share with them, right? So in this example, we're sharing with Jeremy, and Jeremy would like to share, or I would like to share one of these with Jeremy. And I'm gonna go ahead and click share. Next slide, please. Once you've shared these items, you can also reclaim them. Say, for example, you've shared them and you've had a conversation that you're like, you know what, I really can't buy these, or I'm going to be out of town. So whatever the situation may be, you can go ahead and review the shared access of everyone that you've shared these items with. Next screen, please. So if necessary, you can reclaim those that you've shared and share them with someone else. So that is someone else in your group, right? We're not able to reshare further down the chain, but you can the ones that you've been allocated, you can reclaim if they've not been purchased, of course. In this screen, you will also see, once the products are available, who's purchased as well. So you'll be able to see those that have purchased, those are still sitting out there. I think Reclaim is a really great tool to use during the sales event when the product is available for sale, to make sure all of your units get used, right? You want to make sure that all of your units are used up. So if you're seeing one that's just not moving and you can't get a hold of them, you might want to go ahead and hit Reclaim on that. Next slide, please. Another thing that we have available as well is the person that you've shared it with can return it to whoever shared it with them. Say, for example, I wouldn't say in this example, I think that anyone's not interested, but say they may be out of town, perhaps they only wanted one unit and you provided them with two, they can go ahead and choose to return that to you as well. Next slide, please. So they would just go ahead and choose which item they want to return and the quantity, if there were multiple quantities. And then you would see that there's nothing left to return if they did return all of it. Again, they can select to return one unit or all units, depending on what the situation may be. Next slide, please. So finally, how do you purchase these, right? So I mentioned the sharing window will be open on September 3rd or thereabouts. And these, we open that window early so that you can share them and hand them out into your area or into your groups so they can be prepared to purchase this, right? So of course, our purchase is available while supplies last. And so you're gonna wanna make sure to share beforehand so that everyone in your organization is ready to go on September 10th when it's time to purchase these. However, you can still share and reclaim and have the products returned while the product is available for sale as well. So you don't have to share before they're for sale. It's just to help you manage your inventory and your 10 units. So one thing that you will notice too is on September 10th, we have the event will start. In this case, it was January 28th for the screenshot, but the add to cart button will become activated. So that's when you know it'll be available for sale. Of course, there'll be tons of communications coming out from the company. This isn't going to be some big surprise at this point, but that's also the kind of the difference between the sharing window. During the sharing window, you'll see the event is on September 10th, and that these, and then the add to cart will become available. Last slide, please. So just a couple things to keep in mind as we're sharing them. I hit them along the way, but I just want to make sure that these are understood so they don't get confusing when the time comes, right? So who can I allocate these to, right? If anyone in your group has chosen to not share their contact information, just like many of our other tools, you'll be unable to share with them and allocate products to them as well. So we have to keep those privacy rules intact if someone has chosen to keep their things private, which is unfortunate in this situation because they may not get the products right away. You can share up to 6 generations deep, and you can share with, this was the question we had up, you can share with a breakaway brand representative, but they can't share with their groups, right? We don't have resharing available. So as Laura was talking about, let's make sure that we get these to those builders that you think are gonna help and wanna participate in that October 27th event. To get it in their hands, right? We just want this to be in those top leaders in your group that you really see growing. It can take 24 hours to new accounts to appear in the search. So if you have a brand new, I don't know how this is going to even affect this, but once we get down to the brand rep level, a brand new brand affiliate may be showing up. At this point, right? That's less likely to be the case for these units. I talked about how you can share before the product is available to purchase. So we have the sharing window, and you can share throughout when the product is available for sale. And Anganel might have to talk on this after, but there's a limited time then the product, of course, is for sale. And then we'll move on into the brand representative level of purchasing. You obviously can only purchase once it's available, so purchase is on September 10th. So mark that day in your calendars and make sure that you've cleared your schedule so that you can purchase. Not that you need all day to purchase, but you know. Of course, allocation of product does not guarantee inventory availability, but we've talked through that a little bit more, and I think Greg might be touching on that. And I mentioned resharing of products sent to you. You can't reshare further down the line. And this is also only available on newskin.com right now for obvious reasons. But it's just to reiterate, it's not available on my site or my store. So I want to make sure that that is known. So yeah, just keep in mind September 3rd is when this should be available. You'll receive multiple communications about this. But most of all, if you're wondering and you aren't sure, maybe you haven't seen the email, just log into newskin.com and you will see that pop up when those have been allocated. So with that, I think we'll turn it back over to Justin and see what more we have.
Jan, that was terrific information. I think everybody's, if they're not prepared now, I think they'll go back and watch it again, but I think they should be prepared based on that information. And Laura and Anganel, my goodness, what a phenomenal session that was with the two of you. I learned more. I'm more pumped up for this product than I was before, and I already love the line. So thank you both for the time you put into preparing for that and for sharing the wisdom that you brought. That was terrific. I think everybody on here will agree. That was outstanding training. So thank you for that. So let's go on to the next slide. As we close this out, I want everybody to have this. We're going to post it first on the Blue Diamond page, and then we'll post this in, we'll make sure this gets shared so that all of you have access to this. But really want to reiterate the dates. So that sharing window will come, as Jen just told you, starting September 3rd. And then on the 10th, you'll be able to have those 10 units. And I want to congratulate each of you for what you've done to earn that. Man, it's a lot of work to achieve what you've achieved, and you're working hard, and I want to congratulate you. And this is one of those benefits. There are a lot of benefits that come from owning your own Nu Skin business, and this is one of those, and I'm excited you're going to be able to take advantage of it. Then you received really great advice on preparing for the October 27th launch for all your brand reps and above. I think that's going to be another phenomenal window. And then the full launch coming in January. We're excited to roll out that sample pack for you to be able to pre-launch in December. Boy, by the time January 14th hits, we're going to be ready with this. Each of you will have your own testimonies of the product. Your skin will look even better. It's hard to believe because I didn't think Laura's skin could get better, and it does look outstanding. And so excited that this line is going to be able to impact not only people's skin, but people's lives. You all have customers out there who have benefited from increased confidence as their skin improves, whether it's teens and their acne, or it's just an adult who maybe struggles with acne, or just insecure about their own skin and their own appearance. It's neat to see the confidence that comes into somebody's life through our products that really do work and do what they say they're going to do. And I'm proud to be a part of this. I want to just close with some thoughts on, and Laura teed this up so perfectly, and I'm grateful for that. But we have an incredible opportunity. You have an incredible opportunity as you prepare for this September 3rd through the 10th and leading up to the 10th when you can buy those, to be able to use those 10 units in a strategic way. This is where you as business owners have an opportunity to be able to decide, how am I going to use this that I've worked so hard for? This is an asset you now have as a business owner to be able to prepare for this launch. And so I'd challenge you to be strategic, be thoughtful about how do I want to use this. You know, the company just announced an incentive, and if you haven't seen it yet, I'll reiterate, we have an incentive for the month of August only for any brand rep and above that grows by 500 GSV 1 block over July. We'll give them a $100 product credit. If they grow by 2 blocks over July, we'll give a $200 product credit. Sometimes the simplest, best incentives are ones that you bundle on top of each other. It may be that you just say, anybody that does this on my team, are going to be the ones that get my 10, my 10 codes. I'll let you decide. I'm just trying to plant some thoughts, but the more you can layer on to an already existing incentive, the more energy you can get around that. And at the end of the day, what we were trying to do with that incentive, what we are trying to do with that incentive is keep the momentum going. I've done this long enough to know that momentum is critical, and it can go as fast as it came. And we've experienced phenomenal results this year, and we want to do everything we can to arm you with tools to be able to keep that momentum going. So we want to encourage you to be thoughtful about how you use these 10 and leverage, whether it's incentive that we have or your own. Do something that helps people earn these. And I believe that'll make a huge difference in your business. Lastly, I want to reiterate something that was said. I don't know if it was Laura or Anganel, but I think it was Laura that talked about Nu Skin as a gift. And I see it that way too. I think we are blessed and fortunate to be a part of a company that's truly committed to empowering others, to improve lives, and to make a difference in this world. And this phenomenal growth, it's great to see people earning bigger checks than they've ever earned. It's wonderful to see the way it's impacting families all over the United States. But I hope we never lose sight of the fact that as you do this great business and as you have the success you're having, you're impacting people's lives for good. And to me, that's what feels good. I love to be a part of a company that's committed to that and that doesn't just speak about it, but lives by it. And you live by it, by the way you lead your teams. And I want to thank you. I'm proud to be a part of this company with each of you. I want to thank you for the way you live, the way you work, and the way you love on your teams. We've got a bright future, and this Nutricentials line is a game changer in that bright future. And I'm excited that we can continue to prepare for it. I want to thank everybody again for everything you did, and particularly Anganel, Laura, and Jen for joining me today and sharing their insights. Be well wherever you are, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.